First up, I want to give a quick shout out to the mini boss because right now I'm actually wearing her shirt. Sometime last week I actually did a podcast called the Chicago Elite Podcast, like a big interview or podcast with me talking about stuff in wrestling and outside of wrestling. Link to that down in the description as well. Last thing, since yesterday was the 20th anniversary of D-Generation X for me, it was only appropriate. This does not look tough at all. What's up YouTube? Welcome to Talk Malcolm Talk, so let's talk. First up, I want to talk about the stuff outside the world of WWE. I mentioned a couple seconds ago that I'm on the Chicago Elite Podcast. And again, there's a link down in the description if you want to listen to it. But also, something that's big with Chicago right now, the Bullet Club. So Pro Wrestling Tees, they make shirts for all kinds of wrestlers outside the WWE. Pretty much any wrestler you can think of outside the WWE, that's where their shirts are. They're going to be opening up a store soon in Chicago for people to actually go and actually legitimately go into a store and buy the shirts that they want. Exclusive for that store only, they're going to be making a Bullet Club Chicago shirt. So that got everyone thinking, oh my god, is CM Punk coming back? Because when you get Chicago flag, you get Chicago made Punk. Even though the logo's on his shirt, it's just the Chicago flag. Like, there are some people that are really convinced that CM Punk is joining the Bullet Club. I didn't think that was happening, but a lot of people did. And then Marty also tweeted out a Photoshop version of that Bullet Club Chicago shirt. It's made to have the hands crossed like CM Punk is his best in the world. People triggered, they thought this man was really about to join the Bullet Club. Nope. So at CZW, Lio Rush was in the match and he took this really big table spot. It was off a ladder, it was a powerbomb through a table, and he actually just like stood up right after, like nothing happened. Apparently that PO'd some of the wrestling legends out there, Rip Rogers and Jim Cornette, and they were pretty much just kind of bashing the guy the entire time. This is killing the business. It's so bad and it's so horrible. My perspective on it, also, this is also coming from like a Lio Rush supporter, so take my opinion as being extremely one-sided. Lio Rush supposed to be debuting for WWE soon. If he really thought that this was gonna kill his opportunity of going to WWE or tarnish his name before he gets there, do you really think he would have done it? And along with that, so there's a lot of Ring of Honor guys to get signed to WWE right now. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, they already debuted. Donovan Dijak's supposed to be going. Adam Cole's rumored to be going. You can go look at pretty much anywhere. No one's ever really talking about Lio Rush going to WWE. What did that table spot do for him? It got people talking about him, got people to understand who he is. So now when he shows up in NXT, now when he shows up in WWE, he's like, oh yeah, it's that guy that sold that spot. Now you know who he is. Is that killing the wrestling business? I'm not gonna act like I know anything outside of what you read on the internet. But if this was like the 90s or the 80s, then yeah, probably would have. How someone go through a table and stand up like nothing happened. In this day and age, it's kind of fitting the mold of what happens. This is like a really big comparison level of like what's up here and what's down here. Two examples. Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, gets punched in his face, getting beaten down. All of a sudden he starts hulking up. That's on a completely different level. If I just punched you in the face a couple times, why are you doing this? Is your jaw made of steel? Didn't you not feel me punch you? Or when Undertaker gets beaten down, he's laying down on the ground, he takes a couple seconds, boom, sits right up. Again, that's a completely different comparison level of getting punched in the face or powerbomb through a table. And along with that, they're also talking crap about Joey Ryan, because Joey Ryan, he took Mick Foley and he had Mick Foley grab his crotch and flip him. Foley put on Mr. Sacco, he's about to go for a mandible claw. And then Joey Ryan just kind of pops up like he just came out like a Pokeball, and Mr. Sacco kind of latches on to, crotch. And then he flips him, as he does. Is that stuff killing the business? It kind of just depends on your opinion of what you feel like wrestling should be. I could probably make a full video about this, but there's actually someone that actually did, really big YouTuber, Tubby Emu. He did a great job explaining it all. I think you guys should actually go watch the video if you haven't. Perfectly well explained. Is it killing the business? I don't think so. I think it's old men that complain about social media killing wrestling on the internet, but then they're the ones that go on the internet to complain about wrestling. It's a little hypocritical. Just saying, man. Some of you guys might have heard about it, some of you guys might have not. Apparently when GFW starts to do any bookings outside of TNA or GFW, whatever, they get a percentage of their earnings. You know what? I understand that. You're a business, you want to make money. If you're putting your stars out there to go do something else, you would kind of want something back. I can respect that. Apparently Brandi Rhodes actually got a part on a television show, and GFW still wanted a portion of that. I'm not that surprised. I believe WWE does the same thing. It's a little far-fetched, yeah. At this point, all the stuff with the Hardys and all your guys leaving, then Brandi Rhodes, and all the situations GFW's gone through so far, it's really just making you guys look really petty. You guys look petty. Because sum it all up in one word. Petty. You're petty. Now Brandi's off doing things in Ring of Honor, other independent shows whenever she wants when she's not busy. Still appearing with Cody Rhodes every now and then. She's doing her thing and probably making more than she was in GFW anyway. Now for the WWE stuff. There was a couple more matches added to the card for WWE Summerslam, and man, this card is going to be like 12 matches total. So the latest 3 matches that were announced were John Cena versus Baron Corbin, Usos getting a rematch against the New Day for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, and Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore in a shark cage hanging from the ceiling. That's the 3rd time they've done this in a calendar year. That's a little too much. Next year, Shark Cage is going to have their own pay-per-view. And also to add to the rumor match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the Raw Tag Team titles. And the winner between Sasha Banks and Nia Jax face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship as well. It's going to be like a 6.5 to 7-hour show. When you hear Big Cass and Big Show's music, run as fast as you can to the bathrooms because they are going to get full. You put someone in a Shark Cage to keep them from like interfering in the match. I don't think Enzo would really want to hurt Cass because Cass would just kill him. But also a big reason why he might actually be in Shark Cage because Enzo Amore is actually actually afraid of heights like real life, and this man attracts heat like a magnet. There's been like at least 5 or 6 situations to why Enzo Amore has so much heat. All the stuff on the tour bus led to him getting thrown off the bus. Based off the videos from Simon Gotch, he absolutely knows nothing about wrestling, and the reason he broke his leg down to NXT because he failed to do a wrist lock. I'm not gonna laugh at him because if I tried to do that, I'd probably break my leg too somehow. Apparently he was on the phone calling someone, talking about how he knows all these celebrities and how much money he makes, which is really funny because there's a lot of guys in WWE that probably make a lot more than him. Khali used to get paid almost $1 million just to walk. That's it. A 5-minute walk to the ring for him plus a couple chops got him $1 million. Why can't life be that easy? And apparently he brought guests backstage and they were taking pictures and stuff of superstars while they were dressing. Or maybe not while they were dressing, but while they're in the locker room in general. I guess he didn't tell these people, hey, can you not take pictures of my co-workers? Because a lot of these guys are a lot bigger than me, and when you leave, they're gonna hurt me. Say you worked in the office and you brought a couple friends with you. Let's name them Rick and Alicia. And Rick and Alicia start taking pictures of John while he's at the water fountain and Jonah while he's in his little cubicle, and Jonah's significantly bigger than you. Jonah's gonna beat you. You want nothing to do with Jonah. So you gotta tell Rick and Alicia, hey, do not take pictures, keep yourself in an orderly manner. Do not embarrass me in front of Jonah, because Jonah likes to lift weights and Jonah will hurt me. Actually, I know someone named Jonah. I don't know if you're watching this, Jonah, but you still owe me $10 from Chipotle. I did not forget. I want my money. The big question is, how long will it be till Enzo Amore either gets fired or put on NXT or 205 Live? Countdown clock starts today. I say 3 months if he doesn't get traded in Superstar Shakeup. Enzo Amore is still on the main roster by July of 2018. I will cut all my hair off. I promise that. Actually, I don't promise that. I'm not gonna do that. Eva Marie is finally gone. Yes! Whoa! What changes? Nothing, because she wasn't doing anything before, but it's just good to hear she's gone. It was a choice between her and WWE. They agreed about her quitting, so therefore I can be happy about it. She has some fashion stuff going on, she has movies going on, she's pretty, so she's gonna do well on Instagram. She'll be fine, therefore I have no reason to feel sorry. A big reason why Dolph Ziggler might not be on television right now because WWE is actually trying to repackage him. I can respect that, WWE. You have nothing for this guy, you're like, hold up, we're gonna wait or keep this guy off of television until we can do something with him. Smart move. Thank you, because he was getting really boring. A tag team debuted on NXT that I absolutely love, and I just want to talk about it so you guys know more about them. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. They're called the Street Profits. Some people are calling them Crime Time 2.0. I don't care. They also said the same thing for the Primetime players, so therefore any black tag team are really just gonna call Crime Time. That opinion means absolutely nothing to me. Basically, their gimmick is just like 2 dudes that like to party a lot. You have Montez Ford coming out there with a solo cup in his hand. People are calling that a stereotypical gimmick. If you put it on white guys, they just be like frat boys at a party. It's not really that stereotypical. I understand what people are trying to say. I don't care. They're good in the ring and they're entertaining. I love them. I give them a year before the tag team champions. Scott Dawson, he's hurt. Just when they come back, they're back on the shelf. Great. There's rumored to be a triple threat between them, the Club, and the Hardy Boys. Will that still happen? Maybe with just the Club and the Hardy Boys making the grand total of 13 matches at Summerslam. Great. I believe he actually tore apart his bicep. It was at a live event and that's going to keep him off television. If he needs surgery, for months. If not, then a couple weeks. It's just tragic. I hope they can get back on their feet and win those tag team titles soon. Darren Young is now cleared to wrestle. Hopefully when he comes back, he's not giving a really stupid Donald Trump catchphrase kind of gimmick. Because Make America Great Again is slowly starting to die out. Go through the other collection of Donald Trump catchphrases. And I got some for you. Fake news. Wrong. Bad hombres. Nasty women. Covfefe. Gina. Huge. Grab her by the and you just read his Twitter. You can get a really good Darren Young gimmick right off of that. Please make Darren Young like relevant again. Make him feel like at least like an average mid-carder, like a Ty Dillinger. He's really underrated. He's actually really good in the ring. I don't know about microphone, but he is really good in the ring. But from keeping the video from being too long, I want to introduce the same segment I did last time. Take a couple little mini stories and you combine them into one. This is called Rapid Fire. Heath Slater and Mr. Hughes open up a wrestling school. WWE Network is going to be launching in China on August 18, 2017. Johnny Gargano's facing CN at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Ronda Rousey is already rumored to start training for professional wrestling. And John Jones teased to be sitting front row at Summerslam during that Brock Lesnar match. I really hope that happens because that is going to be awesome. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you really enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe. And we out.